Totes Talk, the Ringwald Show. Totes Talk with Suzie and Joe. Totes Talk.
Hi.
Hey,
We have a special guest with us today.
special guest, what's your name?
My name is Vince Kelley.
All the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That's me.
How is it there in Minnesota?
You know, we were very fortunate. We were not the hotspot that Detroit was, and I think we're reopening on Sunday. The governor came out yesterday and said that. Matt and I had a little chat today of what that means for like us and our friends, and Matt said he doesn't want to see anybody ever again. So
Wow.
that's where we're at.
So how are you feeling about that? About reopening, not about not seeing anybody.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think that I will be doing too much going back out. I wear my mask, I do my little grocery shopping and stuff, but the bars and restaurants will still be closed. So it's not like, you know, I don't have a traditional job, so it doesn't really affect me in the way that it affects others.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is Matt back at his workplace, or is he still working from home?
He's still working from home. They've been talking a little bit about that. They've heard from the range of like, they won't be back in the office till March of next year, to they might be in the office in July. So like quite a range there, but nothing has been decided yet.
That is a little bit of a range.
Yeah, definitely like a wide gap in between there.
Big gaping hole.
Big gaping hole.
That you could put stuff in.
Yeah.
Just like a
lot of stuff, yeah. You could fist those months.
Those are the prime fisting months.
Yeah.
Or so I've heard. I don't know.
July to March, prime fisting season.
June is the pride fisting season because
it begins with pride.
Right.
Of course.
And then
it's the punch off.
Just a slippery slope.
Pride is a slippery slope all the way into fisting for months.
Unintended. How are you, Spasson?
Good. I'm good. I don't have a choice, but I'm growing out this hair, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes.
Would you let Pete cut your hair?
Oh, no. No.
I've been asking Matthew if he would be willing to. If you want, I can. It's just a lot.
Wow.
It's like a lot, and it's so thick and it's so hot. So I asked Matt, and Matt said,
"Oh my God,
no, I simply won't." And it's really just the back. There's just so much in the back.
Wow.
Yeah, you've got some luscious locks.
You sure
He
do.
won't do it. Matt simply won't do it. He's afraid.
I would be afraid too.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
I'm a handful.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
particular.
I'm a handful.
Yeah.
How are you, Joe?
Yeah.
No one's asked you.
Oh, I'm fine. You know, it was a pretty shitty day here in Mish.
Weather-wise, yeah.
And I don't normally, I'm not normally affected with the SAD, you know, the seasonal affectation disorder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
It's not.
But
No.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm all right.
Yeah.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Well, that's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's supposed to. It's supposed to be like 72 tomorrow.
It's 72
Yes.
right now here.
Is it really?
Yeah,
So-
I'm schwitzing in my barbecue shirt.
So today is a very special day
Yes. Why?
because it is the 10th anniversary of Die Mommy Die opening.
Literally blew my mind. When I saw that little Facebook thing, I looked at Matt and I said, "Can you believe it's been 10 years?" And he said, "Yeah, I can. I wasn't around. I didn't know you." This doesn't affect
So
me.
yeah, I can. So
And I was just blown away.
that was my first Ringwald show.
No.
Yeah. And I remember when, for those of you who don't know, it's a play that we did 10 years ago
10 years ago. Today.
that all three of us were in.
I was
Uh-huh.
18. Guys. I was 18.
Big success. You were not. And we extended it a week, and the extension did terribly. But yeah, it was fun.
All-star cast.
All stars. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember when we were kicking around who to be in it, and I was just so in awe of Susan Jacobs. And I was like, oh, I don't know that she would do it. And then she said yes, and I was like so anxious about working with her. And then
Now he knows me, so.
right. And now I know how easy it is to make you laugh on stage, which is just what I live for.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yes, and there is some good video evidence of that.
That is also the 10-year anniversary of the first time I ever went to the emergency room.
Is that when
Because-
you had your sketch?
Yeah, that's when I had my stitch.
Oh my God, you had a stitch.
I had a major stitch.
I remember.
And yeah, with the show, no, I remember right before lights went up, I was like, this will be fine because adrenaline and fear will take over and I won't feel it. And that did not happen. And it hurt every time I had to raise my voice, which was a lot in that show.
It was pretty much the whole character.
Uh-huh. And so I base a lot of my characters on screaming. And we ended the show. I walked over to Go Comedy, and Matt Noss, hi Matt Noss, he's not watching this. He was standing outside Go Comedy, and I was like, hi, would you be ever so kind as to drive me to the emergency room?
I never knew that. I knew
Yeah.
about the stitch, but I didn't know you went to the ER immediately after. The audience, including myself, would have never known.
Yeah. It was terrible. There was nothing wrong with me. So
It's because you're just a hysterical woman.
I'm a hysterical woman. It's probably something to do with my uterus. Oh, they tried to convince me that I was having a heart attack. And I had to fight with them that I was not having a heart attack. And the person admitting me was like, well, but. And I was thinner then. Can you believe that?
God bless our frontline workers. Am I right? What a bunch of sweethearts. What a bunch of dolls. Do you have any other memories from that show that really stick out?
I remember you missing entrances. And I had to actually physically leave the scene that I was in and go backstage and say, you are on right now.
And it happened twice. You'd think that would only need to happen one time, but it happened twice.
I was going to be nice and just pretend that it was the one time. But yes, it did happen 2 times.
And he continued to put you in shows.
I just always thought that I had a costume change after that scene, but I didn't.
No, it didn't. And you're just sitting back there, smoking your butts, talking yakety blab,
Yakety blab.
smoking in the green room.
Yeah, because we didn't do that ever.
Terrible amount of fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
So many things.
The costumes were great. That was like the first real show that I got to costume at the Ringwald, and it was so much fun.
Oh, they were so great.
Yeah, I wore my own dress.
You know how to dress me like a lady.
Thank you.
We got a couple of emails, you guys.
What?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It says, "Hey, Totes Talk. Thank you for making me laugh. Even if I don't watch Real Housewives of Wherever or Drag Race, I still find your comments amusing. The way you make each other laugh is contagious. I look forward to the next episode every week. I love your theme song and your interview with Jeremy St. Martin. He's dreamy. Please have him on again and other people that you two appreciate. Don't have other people on too often, though. Sorry, Vince, because I like the chemistry between the two of you. Please share some movies that the two of you like.
So what now, huh?
Please share some movies that the two of you like.
Oh, well. My favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. And Josh Gad is doing this wonderful thing called Reunited Apart, where he's gathering casts from different 80s movies and talking to them. And this past week was Back to the Future, so that was delightful.
That Josh Gad just knows so many people.
He's just got his pulse.
Did you watch the Goonies one?
Quick fun fact. Matthew and I were at the theater once in New York. I believe we were seeing It's Only a Play. And Matthew was at the urinal next to Josh Gad. He said it's huge.
Oh, wow.
Well, sure. It would be. I have not watched the Goonies one yet. Joe, what's your favorite movie?
Well, my favorite movie is The Hours, which is not the feel-good hit of the year.
It is a real knee slapper.
Yeah, but I just love it. I just love it.
That's
If I was going for a knee slapper, I would have to go with 9 to 5 because I've seen it
9 to 5.
hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times.
You love a female-centric movie?
Yeah.
Vince, since you're here, what's your favorite movie?
It's gonna be trash. You guys are gonna be so sad, but like, it's honestly probably Sister Act 2.
Oh no, that's
I love Sister Act 2 so much.
That is a lot of people's favorites.
it's the rare instance where the sequel is better than the original.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, my top 5 favorite movies are like Sister Act 2, Sister Act 1. They're all Whoopi Goldberg movies, which is very strange. Karina,
Ghost.
Jack Flash,
Karina.
Jack Flash.
Eddie.
No, that basketball movie.
That was Eddie, I think, right?
That's it. My number 4.
I only know a basketball movie with a dog in it.
Joanna Man.
Air Bud.
Air Bud.
No.
What did you say? Geronimi
Joanna Man. It's about a drag queen.
is not a dog basketball movie, though.
No.
No.
Speaking of Josh Gad, did you hear that Frozen is not
Yes.
Broadway?
Technically, insider information, a mutual friend works as a dresser on Frozen. So we heard a couple days ago that they were pulling it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on the other side of all this, but
What I think, I mean, as far as like a Frozen, I mean, in this particular instance, Disney's got Hercules like chomping at the bit, ready to go. So if they can take this time to finish development and free up one of their theaters,
yeah,
they can just go with it.
Yeah.
And Broadway is not opening now until September?
I mean,
No, they said officially September 6th, I think, but.
Yeah.
My mom's birthday.
Oh.
So maybe that would be a good luck day.
Yes. Peach just made fun of me. Yeah. Yeah.
We have one more email.
Ooh.
It says, hey, Toasters.
Toadster.
Love this journey for you. Do you mind telling Vince to keep it down? Oh, and we need bread. So
that was from, okay. So that one doesn't count.
that
Cool,
was from initials M.A.
Cool.
What a day. I'm being very quiet. He's not even here right now. He went to get bread.
So he's just spilling your business everywhere.
I'm having pulled chicken sliders tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're going to pull the chicken, huh?
It's already pulled. I pulled it earlier.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's talk about Drag Race because we just have to. It's what we do.
Okay, what happened to? Oh, listen.
Oh yeah, I always forget, and then I remember when we're here, and I'm like, oh.
It had to happen at some point.
It had to happen. It had to.
Devastated. It had to happen. She will obviously be Miss Congeniality. No questions asked.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Who was she against in the lip sync?
She was up against.
Becky Cox.
No.
Was it Jada?
Jada. It was Jada and yeah, it was
Oh,
Jada because I remember the two purple.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Jada. Yeah.
The color purple. We'll be
Yeah,
going
because if you don't know the words to a Prince song, you gotta go.
As a Minnesotan, I was offended.
Okay, you're not a Minnesotan.
I know.
What's the song? Was it Purple Rain? Was it the uncut Purple Rain?
No, it wasn't Purple Rain.
Money. Dun, dun, to treat me just like a child. It's that song.
That's Prince?
I just go out. Hold on. I have to get to the chorus. All I ever wanted to do, I want to. Is it called Money?
No.
No.
So we will not be having guests any longer.
Yeah. I can't think of the name of the song.
I don't wanna be. You don't need to be rich to rule my world.
It
You
wasn't
know how
Kiss, was it?
to me. Ain't no particular thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Kiss. Did you guys watch Celebrity Drag Race or the Celebrity?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I found one of the.
That was so great.
It was?
So great.
Susan.
Yeah. That roast was hysterical.
Top fucking drawer. Oh,
And
All right.
3 of them were so great.
Really?
Yep.
amazing.
Because I saw the celebrities, and of course I love the one Schitt's Creek Gentleman.
Yeah.
I love him. And the other 2, I was like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? What are you to me?
Matt Eisman?
Yeah, Alex Buell.
Oh.
They're kind of famous.
Okay, well.
I think that they're doing like a celebrity build. Like I think that before the first episode.
Are they?
Here's what we got.
Are we calling it a build?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I don't think it's a build. I think it's who they can get.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Horatio Sands. He's a huge fan.
He is.
Oh my god, huge! I would love to see him.
Oh, well, they asked Joe and I to be representatives for Totes Talk on the next Celebrity Drag Race. So, yeah, they're going like that.
I get it. Okay.
You guys.
Yeah.
We have one more email.
Is it from Matt?
I don't think so.
Is it from BJP?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Dear Totes Talk. First, I want to say a big thank you to the Ringwald for being a phenomenal provider of entertainment and queer representation. Every show has its own heartbeat, and that is a beautiful thing. I would like to know, what have been your absolute favorite shows you've been in and why?
Joe, you start.
Been in? Well, I hate acting, so, I mean, that's hard. I mean, Die Mommy Die was a great one. That was 10 years ago.
Top drawer.
What is your favorite show that the theater has done, regardless of your involvement?
I have like a handful that I'm most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I would say August Osage County.
Okay.
Mercury Fur.
Okay.
And Head Over Heels.
I was gonna say, because that was 2 for 2 that I wasn't in, so I was gonna get mad. These past couple of years have been good for me. It's gonna be a tie. A tie, but like there's 1 and then 1.5, we'll say. But I think Head Over Heels was my favorite show. It had a lot to do with the fact of we were the first ones off Broadway, which I thought was amazing. Since Broadway closed. The trials and tribulations that we had to go through to get that show to finally open. The cast, everything. It will always, if you asked me to do that show right now, I would go to wherever, maskless even, and do the show. But Frankenfurter is so near and dear. Yeah, so those are probably the top 2. Vincenzo?
I would have to say this is going to be quite a shock because I don't think it was a fan favorite show, but a show that I remember I was always so excited to get to the theater for, which I guess is like a better gauge. Like it wasn't like I loved the show, I just loved like the group of people, was Sordid Lives, It's a Drag. It was a terrible experience from a perspective. But getting to go to the theater every single day, and it was like Krista and Susie and Matt Noss and Mark and like all these comedy like legends, Lauren and
Legends.
All them. But I mean, for me at that age, I mean, this was quite a long time ago.
All right, okay, we get it. You're young. Got it.
Getting to like watch all you guys and learn a little bit. I didn't know so much about like the improv and stuff then at that point. So getting to go and I just had to come on and sing a song and pretty much leave. So that was fun. I didn't really have to work too much, but it was great. And then Susie would sit down and do Matt's makeup and they would go, best friends. And it was just so fun. And Missy was there and Richard was there. And it was just such a great group of people that we don't see too much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
I mean,
sees too much of anybody anymore.
well, true. You know, there hasn't been a show where I was like, all right, okay. Like, I don't think there's been one there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, but Sorted Lives was that one.
But Sorted Lives probably.
Shit. It was just fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Any more emails trickle in?
No, there's more to this one though. One more.
Oh, okay.
What is one role or show you would love to do again?
To do again.
Yeah.
Well, head over heels. I would do Rocky again.
And you should. And you should.
Although I could play Frank for the rest of my life, but I would love it to play Riff Raff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So head over heels. Rocky. Shut your mouth. Clue. Now.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like interesting choice.
Yeah, Joe.
Interestingly, I had a lot of fun doing Georgia McBride. Would be fun to go back to do. And High School Musical. I couldn't even finish that without laughing.
I mean, it was a tour de force. Tour de force.
What about you, Vent?
I would take it from a perspective as in like, maybe it's not the show that I had the most, no, I had fun, but I would like to, now being a little bit older, I would love to take another look at, I feel like my life since that point has been like so different, and then I could do it with Susie.
Yes!
Nothing against Sonia, but you're not on this talk show. And possibly Love, Valor, Compassion, because I was in such a negative headspace during that show that I didn't have the time to appreciate what it meant to like the world and what it meant to like the queer community and the AIDS crisis and all those things. I was so focused on myself and my problems during that show that I did not let that show do anything to me personally. I was just such a little bitch. And I would love to go back and work out like the stuff that show deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would like that too. Just because I would like to take a crack at it because I didn't get that chance to do it.
No, I remember you were gonna, and then you didn't.
And I did Hairspray. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've taken up people's time enough.
But wait, I have to ask Susie my diagnosis murder question.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, go.
Susie.
Yes.
Did you know that Amanda Livingston is the cousin of Beyonce Knowles? That's real life, the actress.
Victoria Rowell is the... Oh, yes, I did know this. Pete just told this to me today.
Fuck you, Pete.
He did. He told me this today, that Victoria Rowell is the cousin of Beyonce Knowles. He just told me today. So, I did know.
Today of all days. All right, well.
Sorry.
You got me beat.
Sorry.
Well, thanks for being with us, Vince.
Thanks, Vince.
We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Take care of yourself. Stay healthy.
I really will try. I will try.
And that goes for all of you out there, too.
We love you.
Till next week. Oh, what I want to say real quick was last week's episode, did you see, have the second highest viewership since the pilot of this?
Pilot.
So I think we're on an upswing.
Well, I hope so. Yeah. I hope so.
You guys.
Although we'll see, since this episode is going to be probably about 57 minutes long. Maybe stick with it.
Can't Joe just cut some stuff, edit it?
Yeah, sure.
We could cut out all events.
All right, thanks, Vinny.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.